two stars today?
I mean, I think there are two different points in their career. I think Kelly had to, when you're doing the process he's doing, I thought he looked good. It's what we wanted. More rounds, more getting that snap back in, his timing back. I thought he looked actually pretty good.
Yeah.
With a tough guy that started giving him movement, and that's the first thing that, to get your rhythm back is when you get the movement a little bit, you got to come up with the combinations. I thought Nonito fought a very good fight. I thought Mathebula was very awkward, very tough, long arms, tall, and I thought that Nonito did some smart stuff. I mean, I think he basically negated his reach, landed the really good power shots. I thought he did a great job.
It seemed like the audience was very, it was pretty sizable for considering it was a last minute notice. You originally had Brandon Rios in here. They switched it to Kelly Pavlik, but it still was a sizable crowd. Were you encouraged by the attendance, especially for a Nonito Donaire fight in SoCal?
Well, I mean, we know that boxing does really well here, and that the boxing fans love to see guys like Donaire and Pavlik, and to bring them to them is great, and we're very happy with it. And we love the arena here and working with the AEG and the Honda Center, and, the Home Depot Center.
There you go.
The Home Depot Center, the Honda Center is somewhere else.
Out in Anaheim.
Yeah.
You've used that one before.
Yeah, we've used that before. But AEG and the Home Depot Center, and they're terrific. And I think this is a good market. I mean, this Carson area has a really good Filipino base. We came to them. It's good for Nonito's development. And I think everything came together as a nice show for a holiday weekend too.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think you have to put all that together, and people love to watch boxing, and this is the place for it.
I want to thank everybody.
Speaking of audience, do you now maybe target the North Cal area where Nonito is his home base is? He has a huge, strong fans. Do you think that maybe the next logical step is to fight him in the Frisco?
Well, I think obviously we've been looking at San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough with the buildings. They're very limited buildings that you could go to. I mean, maybe San Jose, maybe an option.
The Pavilion.
Yeah, something like that. We're going to look at it, and we're looking for a fall fight, a big fight, and maybe that would be the place.
I just interviewed Abner Myers downstairs, and he said that he approached Golden Boy about fighting Nonito. Is that something that you would be willing to make as well?
Absolutely. I mean, we're not going to exclude anybody from any fight. So we're open to everything.
Yeah, people who say that the Cold War between you two, that wouldn't prevent that at all.
The Cold War is usually built up by a lot of the writers.
Exactly. Let's get back to Pavlik. Do you think he's now ready for the elite at 68? He said he's content with staying at 68. Do you think he's ready for the elite?
Well, I mean, I think it all depends. I mean, I'll talk to my matchmakers and they'll talk to the Pavlik camp, but I think it really depends on, where you think his progress is, right? I mean, is he at, he's in the rehabilitation of his boxing career, is he at 40%, 60%, or 80%? So if you're going to go for a Butte, Froch, Kessler type, you got to be 90 to 100%.
Exactly.
And, I think that's not for me to judge, right? I'm more like the business side. I'll let the boxing guys say, this is where we are. We may need one fight. We may need none fight. We'll figure it out.
Cool. Let's switch up. Brandon Rios is supposed to fight on this undercard. What's in store for Brandon?
I think right now we're looking to put something together with him in the fall.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see something in the early fall.
And then Chavez Jr., you've got to be excited. This is the matchup that a lot of people have talked about. Him and Sergio Martinez, it's finally done. Press tour, everything. You got to be really excited about this fight.
Well, I think it's one thing to be excited about it, but also I think it's good to see the momentum.
Yes.
Right? And to see Chavez come off to that fantastic performance, it added to the pound for pound one of the elites, Sergio Martinez, in with the young guy that's now really developing, and is he a real threat to him? What could happen? And I think that performance with Andy Lee really took the fight to another level. And I got to give him a lot of credit, and his father a lot of credit. This is what you guys want.
Rating star on HBO, now he's starting to become a gate attraction. Next level's pay-per-view for him, right?
Yeah, but the natural progression. I think he's got all the elements, and we've been working really hard, and he's been really working hard on his abilities in the ring.
He's become quite the boxer.
He actually, if you watch he actually has a little bit of his father's presence.
Yes.
How he puts pressure on you without doing a thing.
Exactly.
And you're like, wait a second, how did this come from? And he's terrific.
Cool. Thanks, Todd, for everything.
All right, bye-bye.
Todd, Chris Robinson here. I was going to ask, what was going through your mind when Victor Ortiz, he was supposed to schedule Sal Alvarez on the same day to the Chavez, when he got upset by Josecito Lopez, what was going through your mind?
I don't even recall. I don't even recall. I wasn't like thinking about what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't watching the fight at the time.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I got a bunch of texts and things like that.
Yeah.
And you know, I heard it was a terrific fight.
Yeah.
And that was it. I wasn't.
You said all along that Top Rank, you know, you had the strongest show, and that's what's going to kind of win through. Are you surprised that Golden Boy has stuck to their September 15th date for Alvarez?
I'm not surprised with anything they did. I just believe the best content should always prevail on certain dates. And, you know, both Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Weekend are very good dates, and we both have good content for it. And I think we have an obligation to determine, you know, nobody gets a date in perpetuity, and may the best content, you know, prevail on those nights. And I think that we were not putting up a fight unless it was Chavez Martinez on that date. That was what and when he came out of the fight healthy and good, we were ready to go.
And I was going to ask you, when Mercito Gesta, he's fighting August 3rd. From when you signed him about a year ago, what has been your thoughts on just kind of his progression with Top Rank? Have you been pleased, or would you have wanted to see more from him?
No, I think we're relatively pleased. I think he's at the right pace. He's, you know, I think he's doing the right things. I think, you know, obviously soon enough we're going to start stepping it up to different level of opponents and different level of fights. He's been knocking on a title door a lot, very close, and been always in the mix. And I think probably in the next 6 months there's going to be some exciting stuff for him.
And Bob Arum says that when it comes to Manny Pacquiao's next opponent, that Manny Pacquiao calls the shots. So you're just kind of waiting to get a feel for what he wants to do, whether it's the Bradley rematch or...
Well, Bob said that. What the hell am I going to say? Right? I mean, if he said this is what we're waiting for, then that's what we're waiting for.
All right, Todd. Thanks a lot.